What's up, guys? Welcome back. We got arms today with Brett, and that's the end of my sign-on. Enjoy that.
Trying to build my bench, and so I was having shoulder issues. And my sister's a physical therapist, so she gave me these exercises. It works. 10 to 6 in at home.
So I want to kind of start the same thing that I had written up for you. Let's do single arm dumbbell preacher, and then we'll superset that with that tricep extension variation.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of same deal that we did like yesterday. We'll do a few sets, just real slow warm-up sets. You know, kind of see what you got going on, make little adjustments as we go.
That's probably the one I want need the most guidance on.
Okay, sweet.
Just making sure we're in the right area.
Lined up and feeling good.
Yeah.
And then most of the things today we'll probably do at least 2 working sets on most things, because we'll do these 2 to start. Then we'll do like a compound with like the JM variation, because that's one I definitely want to look at with you as well too.
Yeah.
We'll just go from there.
Perfect.
Yeah, just start right with the 202.
202.
I saw this arm day video with Brett. He went right to 202 pounds for his warm up.
How do you usually stand on this? You just go over it or to the side right here? Or?
Yeah, I'll normally do this. I just kind of go like a split stance. So I don't really have to like, honestly, you go wherever you're comfortable. I just don't like using the seat, because like most people, if they use the seat, you know, then they do like this thing when like their arms up here or whatever. So wherever you kind of comfortably get the legs.
Yep.
One thing I want you to think about just a little as you come to the finish, just feel like you're keeping that smushed into there. So it's like 2 thoughts. It's almost like press in there while you squeeze into there. Yep. 2 more. Good. That's really good. 3 more. Honestly, first couple sets, why don't you go up like just, 1 set at a time.
Yeah.
2.5 kilos at a time. We'll take it nice and slow taper up. But the biggest thing on these, like this is normally how I'll get in. I'll just grab one, like pull it around, get it like that, and then you can just get this one nice and close to your shoulder as well too. It's not too bad to get in that way.
You got that.
But as far as like the setup goes, biggest thing is just take your arms straight. So take your arms straight and just make sure that cable is pretty much right through the center of your elbow, and that's how you know you've got set up right. So it doesn't really matter if you're a little bit like more externally rotated, a little bit internally rotated.
Okay.
Like that's the easiest place to find if you're lined up right. And then from there, just pretty much keep it there the whole time. And then you can adjust a little bit, like whether you like it more here or you want it up a little bit. It just kind of changes, you know, what part of the range of motion is most or least challenging. But there's not really like one that I would say is like definitively better than the other. Take it down all the way straight from it. So take the cable all the way down. There you go. Yeah, so that looks like a good spot. Then you can lift it up a little bit if you want. Like that's just how you line it up. Two more. Just a tip, number 1 here for preacher curls. Most preacher curls, not all, you might have an awesome preacher curl somewhere, but the angle generally tends to be a little bit too horizontal. And most of the time you're gonna be better off with a little bit more vertical. 2 reasons for that is you don't want quite as much load when your elbow is fully extended. So again, if you imagine your preacher's at 45-degree angle, there's a lot of load at the elbow when you're fully extended. So by going more vertical, we're here to a point where it doesn't quite, like he's not perfectly 90 degrees to the ground, so being a little bit here still has some challenge in that position, and then it makes this position the hardest, but also keeps some challenge at the top without being too hard. So again, I think if you're completely vertical like a spider curl, then you're kind of making the top position the hardest. We want somewhere in the middle. So for most people, having somewhere along here, let's just call that maybe like a 70-degree angle, like if this perfectly vertical was 90, we're probably somewhere around 70, because somebody's gonna be like, why was I putting these things under this side of the preacher? So again, you don't have to have a fancy preacher that adjusts or anything like that, or doesn't have to be perfect. Like you can just put plates or anything else under the other end. So mess around with it with your preacher curl. But like I said, just as a ballpark, you don't need to get your protractor unless you're watching this nerds, then get your protractor out because you already got it anyway. And maybe have it somewhere, again, not perfectly 90, not 45-degree angle, somewhere in between. And overall, that'll just feel a lot better. And I would argue a more efficient position for you to do your preachers in. 2 more. So you notice when Brett's doing that, I didn't say a whole lot, so most of the time, same with legs, I'm like, let's see what he does and make adjustments as needed, and he really didn't need hardly any adjustments at all. So it's like one of those things too, if like a coach or a trainer standpoint, hopefully not just talking for the sake of talking, but stuff for you guys at home, because that's the only tricky part too, is obviously sometimes when I'm giving some little tips, everyone's like, oh, good tips, but if he already does a whole lot right, and you're like, what do I do? I know, do it like Brett. But for the most part, the things that he was doing very well was just control still. And again, control is never really about pace. Sometimes if I want more control, I'll slow someone down, but you can clearly see at the end, he's got control. At the finish, he's got control, using his bicep the whole time. He's really using the pad well. So a lot of people on Preacher make the mistake of not using the pad where it's like they're moving on it. You just want to imagine you got super glue all on the back of your tricep and smashed into there. And that's like the one little cue that I gave him it's not that he wasn't even doing it, but I told him I kind of want to think about it. As you finish your curls, I always say feel like you're pressing into the pad, like use it. And generally that'll make sure that it's all bicep, nothing else is cheating. And the only other tip that I'll say that he did really good as well too, I adjusted him once, but you guys should really take your time on this at home, is imagine if you could see your upper arm bone. You want that perfectly perpendicular to the ground. So some people hop on the Preacher, and they got an arm over here, or they got an arm over here, or some weird thing. That's why I have him going one arm at a time, because it would be literally impossible for him to try and get both arms vertical to the ground. He'd be sitting up there like this, and then obviously, let alone that a bar doesn't go from wide to short, you have to bend a bar to do it with a straight bar. So the bigger you are, the more likely it is single arm is going to work better. But that's really the guide we're looking at, is having your upper arm perpendicular to the ground. And if you can do that with a fixed bar, then a fixed bar is fine as well too. But most people, just to have stuff line up better, would go dumbbells. So that's the stuff that he was already doing really well. Didn't really have to coach up a whole lot. Good, 2 more. All right, guys, just the tip number 2. Something a lot of bodybuilders do is not actually sit when they're doing Preacher curls. You probably noticed that, either doing both arms or one arm, and I always recommend to not sit either. And the whole point of that is so you're not at some arbitrary height that puts your upper arm in a position you don't want. And the more you use this pad, the more you're going to get out of your biceps and the less other stuff is going to be involved. But just get in a position where you have as much upper arm contact. So you see lots of big guys too, they kind of have their body almost over top of it. And again, that's so they can have a lot of upper arm on the actual pad. So my recommendation, if you're doing this at home and you are sitting down at any point in time, you'll probably actually get in a little bit better, more comfortable position standing, and find where you can get. Again, that's the goal. That's what you're thinking about. How much upper arm contact can I have? And then by standing, you'll just be able to find the perfect position and not feel like you have to just sit at a certain height. Good. Smack that arm in the pad. There we go. Great reps now. Come on. Again. Yeah, one more. Come on. Go, 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 go. Finish. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Woo. Good. Come on. Fun ones now. Keep them the same. Nice stretch. Hard squeeze. Stick with them now. Grind through these ones. Let's go. Squeeze. Come on. You got 2 now. Work for it. Come on. Nothing changes. Come on. One more. Come on. You got it. Stick with it. Finish that rep. Yeah. Nice. Yep. Oh. Next, incline curl, whatever the hell you want to call it. So same thing, we'll do 1 or 2 warm-ups, obviously. Yep. See how your position looks. But same thing on these, once you get locked in, I want to make sure that I got the seat far enough forward, so you might be all right here. Just make sure you can get the full extension, but just go wherever you can comfortably go back. That's where you want to, don't force that stretch. And then the big thing will just be a pause in that position. Everything else will be the same, but if anything, maybe half a second longer there than even you have over there.
Oh, yeah.
So the biggest thing on this one is you're trying to get in a position where your grip is going to start with your hand directly above your shoulder. So as you're coming to the bottom, you're trying to bring your hand right to your shoulder. And so then the trick from there is like whatever feels comfortable. So if it feels comfortable kind of tucked for you, it's probably going to feel more comfortable out here. Either's fine. And then honestly, to make that happen too, obviously because we're on the Smith, I've got the safety set down here. I'll always go like a false grip, because generally you'll probably feel a little bit more comfortable like that. You know, so you can, instead of having to try and keep your hand fixed in that position, it's going to kind of crank on your wrist. I'll go false and kind of go in this position. And that's for bigger guys, generally the thing you kind of have to do, so you can actually get down in that position and not feel like you're just like stuck on the bar or something like this. You know what I mean? And from there, the rest is pretty straightforward. So again, just bring that hand straight down. We'll try and kind of find your comfortable position. And then again, bring it as low as you can where you got all your arm tissue kind of smashed against each other. And then hard contraction all the way to lockout. Just something to mess around with as you're going. So everything looks perfect. As you come to the top, like almost feel like you're thinking like the same way you would finish like a rope extension. So obviously your hands aren't going to move on the bar, but as you come up, as opposed to just thinking up, because at some point you'll start to use a little bit of everything, which is fine. Just really think almost like you're trying to like rip the bar apart.
Right.
And that'll just get a little extra
cool.
force on the triceps to lock out.
Yeah.
Good. Hands that way, rip that bar apart. Come on. Yeah, come on. Good. Let's go again. Get fun. Come on. Good, man. Same pace now. Come on. Come on. Hard. Rip that bar. Come on. Let's again. Come on.
Go, 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 go.
We got another one. Come on. Stick with it now. Come on. Hard. One more. Last one. Come on. Best one. Go, go, go. Finish, finish, finish. Nice. Good. Come on. Good. Smooth now. Real smooth. Come on. Good. Come on. Stick with them. Everything the same now. Come on. Yep, yep, yep. Got another rep. Stick with it. Let's go. Come on. Hard, hard, hard. Good set. Good now, come on. Good, again, these are the good ones, let's go. Another one, come on. Stick with it, finish, finish, finish. Straight set, and then I'm gonna have you drop it. You can literally like set them down. We'll go to 50s, and then we'll do a drop again. So we'll do 2 drops, but you set them down in between. So we'll go 70, 50, 30, and then after the 30s, I'm gonna also have you hold them at the end for a stretch, like an ISO stretch basically. Okay. So once we actually finish the set, all the way back in the stretch, and just hold. And when you're holding as well too, just keep everything tight. Actually like squeeze the handle hard.
Okay.
Come on. Good. Smooth. Come on. Real smooth out of the back. Another one. Let's go. Finish, finish, finish.
Yep.
Come on, keep that pace. Just a couple quality reps.
Oh, shit.
Last one. Just a few. Keep them pretty. Same pace, same control. Little pause at the bottom. Hard squeeze. Good. Don't worry about height. Just contract. Wherever they go, they go. Good. Squeeze. One more. Move it. Good. Now hold. Good. Squeeze tight. Squeeze tight. Good, man. Feel like you're reaching them back towards me a little bit. There we go. Squeeze that handle. Keep holding on. You got this. Come on. Keep it tight. Don't relax. Squeeze that handle hard. Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Flex those triceps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. So we'll just finish overhead on here. We'll just mess around because half of any type of remotely overhead stuff is just finding a comfortable position. We got the 80-foot long rope, so we'll see if that's
a long rope
for you to kind of just, honestly, for here, they're only going to be slightly above where you were for like the first movement.
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned about trying to get anywhere up here. Just wherever you kind of can comfortably extend while your arm's there, and that's it. I'm just trying to do some work down on most of these. Probably, we'll see how it goes, but you probably won't be getting quite the full extension. But we just want more of the stretch anyway. And then we'll superset that with hammers. So I'm just going to have you doing dumbbells just like one at a time. So holding both of them, but we'll do, whatever, all one arm, and then we'll go all to the other arm. And then I might have you like do one or two of the last sets of those just with a superset to the rope. But we'll start on these.
Okay.
Because all I want is that upper arm about perpendicular to the ground.
Yeah.
So I tend to find I like to hold both of them, obviously, so you're not doing like a side bendy thing.
Right.
So you just hold this one kind of resting against the side, and generally do all the reps for this one, and then lean over and do all the reps for that. You can always even take a break between arms.
Yeah.
So really, again, just personal preference. Two, come on. Nice. Good. You got 3. Come on. Don't worry how they go. Just squeeze. Good. 2 more. Come on. 1 more. Yep. Gotcha. I know it'll take about 30 seconds. So a little bit of break obviously going, and then we'll go right there to just like a rope curls, and we'll do like a drop set on that.
Okay. Oof.
Good. 2 more. Come on. Two. Come on. Yep.
Whoo.
And these will go just not in fancy, obviously, form. Just make sure you hit this a little second pause when you're at the top. So obviously, like no tension down here. So just kind of stop here, second pause, and then we'll just do probably 2 drops.
Drops, okay.
Come on. Come on. 2. Let's go. Yeah. Right there. Good, come on. 2 more, come on. Last one. Come on, 3, 2.
Oh, you can't move.
Good, keep going, same pace, same control. Come on. Good, don't worry about it, just keep it moving, come on. Stretch, squeeze, good, come on, couple more. Keeping the bottom half now, right here. Good, come on. 3 to go. 2. Last one. Gotcha. Yep.
Oh. Oh. Whew. Good.
That's that.
That was good. Yes, sir.
Is that right?
And that's a wrap. All right, guys, we'll keep the wrap up as epic as the intro. That was arm day, so that's it. 3 exercises each, focusing on some quality form, taking straight sets far, sprinkling 1 or 2 little extended sets here, and that's that. Enjoy, guys. Till next time.